Hello, hello, welcome back.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Anna.
So quiet.
I think your microphone's not working.
Good. I don't have anything important to say.
Oh, no, wait, it is working. My volume was just really low. Okay, the reason why was because I was trying to watch this video, but then I forgot that my volume was on full blast. I was in the middle of the union. And so I turned it down because I was like, oops. Sorry if anyone said anything before I realized that. I promise I wasn't ignoring you. All right. Well, I've got a lot planned for you guys today. So I don't know if that sounds ominous, but it's not supposed to be. So yeah, thank you guys for coming here today. I mean, it's like the first meeting back after winter break, first meeting the spring semester. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys are as well. Yeah, and if you guys want to turn on your cameras, if you're able to, so I'm not just like looking at myself. Although I do that, I do that, like when you're on FaceTime, you look at yourself, but that way I'm not in a room by myself. That would be much appreciated. All right. And plus I get to see all your lovely faces. I sound like a professor right now trying to convince their students to turn their cameras on. All right.
Should tell her that.
All right. So we're gonna just wait like one more minute or so to get everyone finished coming in before we get started. Oh, Julius, I like your necklace.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So I'm sure you guys all know we're here for the general member meeting. And it's a Tuesday. All right, so we're gonna start with the poll, kind of get you guys engaged a little bit. We'll go on to Menti. And there we go. So if you guys are ready, you can go into that website right there and also put into chat the website you can use, and pretty much just a little poll. What'd you do over winter break? I'm kind of excited to see what you guys did. I know I did a lot of sleeping. Like really, I would wake up, eat, and then I'd go straight back to bed. Are you guys, let's see. Yep. Dang, you guys are studying, preparing for the MCAT. Oh, museum. That's cute. Visiting your family. Oh yeah, lots of family stuff. Skiing. Catch COVID. That's kind of brutal, but low-key same. Oh my god, it's switching so many times. I see, like the sleep's a big one. It's like huge for the word cloud. Go to Trader Joe's. Yep. All right, this all looks great. I see Florida. Oh my god, that must have been so fun. I know. I went to Florida. What was it, like last year? Some time ago. It was really nice, especially now that like you get back from like the Florida weather back to Illinois. It's kind of brutal because it almost makes it worse, I think. Yeah, so this is all this all looks great. You guys all did like a lot of varied activities, looks like. All right. Oops. All right, and we're on to our next poll. What would you like to do for our next social? We're kind of just any ideas you guys have, and we'll kind of take that into account when we plan for our next social. We are going to wait like a little bit longer just for COVID numbers to finish dying down. Just because we don't want like a habitat event to be like a super spreader or anything like that. So yeah, sorry if like this GIF is like in your face. I don't know, it would like zoom in on their faces like that.
I love how you say Jeff instead of Gif.
Stop. I will die on this hill. But yeah, it really zooms in. All right. Ice cream party outside, of course. I mean, hey, I had an acai bowl today from the new place. Has anyone tried that out? I was waiting in line for like 30 minutes.
It's so good, Nicole. Oh my God.
Right? Oh my God. It was okay. It was so good. But then after that, I had to like bike somewhere and I was like frozen from like the inside and the outside. Okay, but that place was so good. Oh my God. I see a lot of boba. Oh, love that. Paint the axe throwing bar. Oh my God. Who put that? Who put that?
Me.
I kind of guessed that.
Nicole, someone asked what you recommend from the acai place, and Mariah too, I guess.
Okay. Oh my God, now I'm seeing all sorry. It's like I have so many things pulled up. Yeah, I had the beef fruit bowl too. Yep. I guess we all have the same order because best order. I ran to one of my friends and she had the pitaya bowl though. So that one looked good. But yeah, I always usually get the beef fruit bowl. Oh, Bee Nutty, yup. I haven't tried their almond butter yet, but I want to. All right, some laser tag, some karaoke. Oh my God. Okay, camping. I swear I'm like thinking about doing something maybe later on in the semester. But like right now it's still so cold. I'm not gonna think about anything for at least a little bit longer. Ooh, some dodgeball. I know we did a little bit of dodgeball at our earlier at the trampoline park. So that was pretty fun. I'm not very good at dodgeball. All right, well, we definitely have all of this. I'll keep those as some ideas, and we'll probably vote on our next GM for our next social. Ooh, karaoke. All right. I see painting's pretty popular. All right. I'm going to share my screen again. Sorry. Forgot that it does. Your professor who like is sharing their screen, but then they like stop sharing and they forget about it and it's like 15 minutes and you're like, can you please just share? Now I have a little bit of sympathy for them. All right. A little bit of a last semester recap. Thank you to everyone who supported us. We were able to raise almost $6,500. So woohoo, go fundraising, go Habitat. I mean, that's a great number. I mean, we definitely surpassed last year and a lot more than like we had anticipated for such like a COVID heavy semester. So I'm really excited. Congratulations to everyone. I mean, we all pretty much played a role in getting us this number. Like special thanks to those of you who attended and helped plan out our signature events, concessions, canning, all of our fundraising efforts. So give yourselves a pat on the back. All right, and we have a couple upcoming events. So we've got our Valentine's Day bake sale coming up and Broomball. We have the second part 2 of Broomball since the first one last semester was so popular. All right, and our Valentine's Day bake sale is, you guessed it, on Valentine's Day from 11 to 4 p.m. Most likely going to be inside the Union. Yeah, so that'll be super exciting. I know we have some like sugar cookies, stuff like that planned. I don't know, like Elsa or Mariah, if you want to specify anything more, promote the event.
Well, things are still a little bit up in the air, but definitely heart-shaped sugar cookies, maybe cupcakes, brownies, and some candy. So, oh, and hot chocolate. Definitely come through if you can.
Oh, that's so great. I mean, I'll definitely be there. And I don't know, are we making our own like bake sale treats?
Yes, I went to Target earlier and I got like cut out cookie cutters.
Oh, that's so
So
great. I hope you guys are good at baking. I'll try to help, but honestly, I burn everything I make. So like if the cookies are a little
Nicole, you can
burnt,
just
like
come
mind
help
your own
and be there
business.
for moral support.
Although I'm sure you guys wouldn't let me near them. You guys would let me near the cookies. But yeah, no, I can't bake. And you could tell I tried to like make this look a little fancy with like the stars and stuff, but like I don't know how our OENA team does it and like makes things like look nice, because this is like the extent of my graphics art abilities, and you can tell it's not even that good.
Still so cute.
Yeah, of course. I was trying hard, okay. This is me fishing for compliments, you guys. All right, moving on to Broomball. So you can see we have a few pictures from last semester's event. And it's kind of a similar concept. So tournament style event, you have teams of 6, and you get to pick your own teams pretty much. Get ready for a lot of wipeouts like that in the middle. And it's going to be on February 26th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Ice Arena. So that'll be really fun. I'm really excited for that. Honestly, like after I came home from Broomball last semester, I like could not sleep. I was like, I had so much energy. I was like, I'm ready to go again. Like I didn't even play too. I was just hyped for some reason. All right. And oh my God, I don't know. Is it like lagging for you too? Okay, it just please. Okay, that's not the end of the presentation. It just like, I don't know why I did that. All right. Oh my God. Sorry, my screen just like lagged and showed the end of the presentation. All right, so you can kind of see we have a little bit of our events calendar. February, we have the Big Sale and Broomball that I mentioned earlier. We pretty much have teacher member meetings a week in case you guys are like a little bit new and you are not entirely sure about how our general member meetings work, but we have them every other Tuesday at this time. Fundraising and builds are actually going to be TBA at the moment, as we're still getting last minute details finalized, but just take a look at the emails, at our weekly emails. We send those out with all of our newest and updated information along with the group me. So those will all be to be announced. For those of you who are new to this club, I do see a lot of familiar faces, but in case like you decide to pop in for kind of this next semester and trying to get more involved, we do a lot of fundraising. So especially in the spring semester, we kind of focus a lot on our fundraising efforts. And we do stuff like concessions. We help out with like chalkings, cannings. These are all like events that we do in order to help fundraise along with our signature events. So like the bake sale is one way that we do one of our kind of like strategies to help raise some money for our organization. And all of this money goes towards like not like funding our karaoke nights, but pretty much it goes towards the house and the homeowner that we have. So this year we have like a student sponsored house that we're sponsoring kind of as like a refresher, and pretty much like we get to work on the house throughout the school year and fundraise for it. So last year we were able to fundraise $40,000, and that pretty much went towards like the materials, staffing, all of that. And we actually like staff our own volunteers, and we also have a lot of help from Habitat for Humanity, Champaign County. So our builds are right now put on temporary like a hiatus due to like really high COVID cases right now. We don't want to put our homeowners and volunteers at risk. So we'll be limiting them for the time being, but we'll definitely let you know how like they'll be proceeding from now on. I don't know, Colin, if you want to like unmute yourself and like let us know like how a typical build day works, because I did get an email, not email, a direct message in chat about that. Colin, are you here? Don't mean to call you out like that. Okay, he probably went to the bathroom. Anna, would you like to explain?
Yeah, of course. So we have 2 build shifts on Saturdays. We have an AM, which is 8 a.m. to noon, and then a PM, which is noon to 3. I cannot stress this enough. You do not need to know anything or have any skills or know how to work with tools. We will show you everything and go over safety so you feel comfortable, and every task you're given, whether it's like, you know, hammering some framing or, you know, putting on siding, you're working with a team. It's a lot of fun. You can sign up on our website once we get the builds going again, hopefully later this semester. And we will drive you, or if you have a car, you can drive yourself, or ride your bike if you desire. But it's a lot of fun, and feel free to reach out to me or Colin or Kiara or Kevin on the construction committee, and we'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you so much, Anna. You definitely explained it way better than I could have. Yeah, so I guess we can kind of go through a little bit of like a refresher for those of you who are new today. Hyder, Alex, would any of you like to unmute and kind of let us know about like what we can expect in terms of fundraising this semester?
Yeah, so fundraising, of course, we got the major events coming up pretty quickly, of course. Like, as they were talking about Broomball, they like hockey, but a lot more casual based. You get some instead of hockey sticks, you get just a broomstick, and then smaller courts, stuff like that. So Broomball is going to be a fun event we have. Another one, there's also going to be a basketball tournament as well. So if you like basketball, we'll be hosting that as well in the Arc. And then Build-a-thon, our major event of pretty much the whole year, really, which is also coming up later on in the semester, where you'll get to build a little house out of plywood, cardboard, other little materials we would have on set. So yeah, we have 3 major events coming up too. And then of course, we have plenty of side events for any other volunteering needs. Concessions where you get to help out, hand out food at the events we have here at UIUC. We also have canning as well to collect donations at the stores. So yeah, we will have some fun little volunteering events coming up.
Yeah, for sure. And that's so great. You can get volunteer efforts while also helping build a home. So although fundraising might not be like always directly like you're at a home actually with like a hammer or anything like that, it's, I would say, just as important. And it's something that we definitely will be focusing on as a club for this next semester. Yeah, and we could also see in March too, we have our basketball tournament coming up. That's actually a completely new event for us. So we have a lot of excitement for that. And in April, like Alex mentioned, we do have Build-a-thon, which is, I would say, one of our biggest signature events. So that's always really fun. All right, so that's kind of like a quick overview of the semester. Anyone else has like any other questions about like what we do, any of these like events, you can always ask. I think I also have, oops, sorry. My thing keeps on freezing. I'm so sorry. All right. There we go. If you want to go onto this poll right here, it's the same Menti link as before. So if you still have that pulled open, you can use that. But pretty much this is a chance where you can ask any questions. So like, you don't have to feel, it's a totally anonymous. So you don't have to feel like awkward about or like asking me asking me a question or anything like that. And should be right over here. And you could also, if you don't have any questions, you could always say what spring event you're most excited for. Oh, thanks, Victoria. Too bad I can't pull up 2 screens at once to show you guys. Yes, Build-a-thon. I'm super excited for that one. Oh my God. Broomball, yep. I think last year when I first played Broomball, like like I had like a huge collision like as soon as I stepped on the ice, so that was super fun. Oops. Basketball tournament. Yep. Basketball, Broomball, basketball. Build-a-thon. Wiping out during Broomball. Does anyone here have a wipeout story that's like better than mine? Because mine's not even that good. Because I'm talking to some of you officers too. I was watching y'all are wiping out like every 2 seconds. Not to call out any names or anything, but
Feels like a call out.
it is a call out. Well, I was watching from the booth, you know, all warm and happy, and then I got to see all of you wiping out. So it was good. It was good to be from the audience perspective this year. All right. It looks like that should be it, unless anyone else has other questions. If you have any other questions too, you can always direct message me or just say into chat, or you can always stay after as well, because I'll be here for a little longer. All right. So now I was talking really fast because I wanted enough time for this activity. So pretty much what we're going to do is I'll put you guys all into breakout rooms, and inside those breakout rooms, I'll kind of give you this activity to work on. So let me just send that into chat right now.
Nicole, would it help if I make the breakout rooms while you explain the?
Oh, yes, that would help a lot. Thank you. There we go.
How many breakout rooms do you want?
Probably so that there's like 3 or 4 people in each.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter too much, I would say. So if did everyone get that PDF I just sent to chat? Should say like habitat ranking activity. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'll put, or Victoria's going to put you guys into breakout rooms. You just are going to complete this activity just kind of into groups, and then we'll return back to the main room and kind of just talk about like what the activity meant, like what is like the purpose around it, and kind of like reconvene, see your thoughts. All right, Victoria, whenever you're ready. And good luck. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes.
Nicole, did I put you in a breakout room?
I don't think so.
Okay. Should we join a breakout room or?
We definitely can. So I would say we could join a breakout room.
Okay.
Let me just close out a chat. Stop sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Insurance,
that's
that's
true.
pretty
Yeah.
expensive and kind of vital to, you breathing. So
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, hello. How's it going over here?
We're good. How are you?
Not too bad. I see you're already getting started. All right, this is great. Don't let me interrupt you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Just checking in.
So I don't know if education or insurance, I don't know if those are like, I would put them like equal.
Yeah.
I don't really
I
know.
guess we could. I mean, they're both like in a similar position. So,
Yeah.
But like, I guess you can like have bad hygiene and still like exist.
Yeah.
Like
Hello.
having bad
So-
hygiene ain't gonna kill you, but it ain't good.
That's true.
That is
Not to-
true.
Not to underscore its importance though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what would be the third least important.
Maybe
Mm,
problem solving. Did we use that?
or flexibility, I guess, maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe flexibility. I'm probably gonna go with flexibility actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Mhm. Yeah, this is difficult. I tried to do it on my own. I was like, I don't really know. Especially like some of them, I was like, it's kind of hard to rank, especially like physical and mental health. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I think Nicole for our top three, we ended up going with clothing, food, and shelter. Maybe somebody said it that I was spacing out, but
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, thinking about like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone's heard of it.
yeah. I'm kind of jealous that I missed Broomball last semester and I'm hearing all these good stories. I'm probably gonna go this semester because
I know
Sounds
you
like
should
fun.
definitely come. Well, even if like you don't come with your own, like you don't even have to come with friends. You could always just come like as yourself, and we'll put you with the team.
yeah, I think LSAO and Anna tried to get me to come because I was at the
Aw.
build and talked to them today and I just had stuff going on. But
Yes. Well, you should definitely
Basketball,
come
I
this
don't know, though.
time.
I don't know about basketball. I'm not very good at basketball. I haven't played in a while, so
You know, me neither, but I'll be there, you know.
yeah.
All right.
See my screen?
Oh no.
Yeah, I can see your screen. We can't see your typing though. I don't think.
Hello.
Yeah, we can see.
Oh, did someone join? Oh, hello, Nicole.
Hi, is everything going okay?
How about now?
Yeah, we're
Now
actually
we
like.
can see it. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
yes, you guys are
Sorry.
almost done.
I've
Love
been
that.
typing.
let's
Oh, so these are interesting now.
Yeah, it looks it's harder to do when you've got it laid out. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think now I realize like honesty might be kind of like the most important right here. Because like, what if you're just always lying? Like,
I mean,
you
I don't know.
you really think like, oh, okay. I mean, so you're thinking honesty might not be that as important as like the other two.
I'm thinking like just between basic needs, like if you lie to get a job to pay for food and shelter, then like
Oh yeah.
is that the end of the world?
Yeah.
I would disagree.
This group is so deep, I agree with you so much. This is
Yeah,
rough.
we're doing like philosophical. This is like some
Mhm.
deep stuff.
No,
I
but it's
think, yeah.
true. Yeah. And these
You're
are
right.
like decisions people have to go through.
Through.
Like this is people.
I know, like I'll just type out the last ones, but like we were saying how significant others last for us.
Yeah, I get that. Mhm.
Because I mean,
Nicole,
Mhm.
when did you want me to close out the breakout rooms?
Oh, I have about like 3 minutes left, something like that. 3-4
Okay.
minutes left. I have a timer
So-
set going on.
7:33.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Dope.
so I mean, a lot of these in the middle are very like it's hard to place them in this order because education is 12,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is crazy, but
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I feel we're pretty lucky to have like most like pretty much almost all of them,
Almost, yeah.
right?
For
Like,
sure.
That's why 17 is the significant other.
yeah, you know, that's a lot.
It's okay,
We
Brian, I
still-
heard you.
We're still waiting on that one.
That one's optional, you know. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah. Wait. So like Nicole, when's like the first pot like tentative build, or is it like kind of like not scheduled yet?
For builds, it's kind of hard to say. We definitely won't have any in January, but we'll probably like resume. I'm thinking like mid to late February. Honestly, like
More.
I know Kim, she's like our she's like the person who's kind of like dealing with like scheduling people for builds and all that. She's
Yeah.
like really kind of unsure about like COVID
The
cases
COVID
right
situation.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
it
makes
makes
sense.
sense
Like-
too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Cool,
definitely
cool.
like keep your eyes out for that too. But honestly, spring semester, our house is like mostly finished anyways. So we focus mostly on like fundraising.
That'll be fun. Okay, cool.
I think
Yeah.
that you would definitely like build-a-thon though. That one comes in April, and that's like you like build your own shack basically.
Oh,
And it's like
okay.
you fundraise too, but you also get to do a lot of building. So like if you specifically enjoy. Mhm.
That's the one on the quad.
Yeah, that's the one on the South Quad. Mhm. Like
Cool. Okay.
I would 100% recommend. I think you really like that event.
Okay. Yeah. I think I heard about that. Sounds cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that was a good discussion, gang. We figured out priorities, you know.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I think everyone else is mostly finished by now, so we'll start heading back out.
All right. Nice to meet you guys.
Oh yeah, nice to meet
See-
you.
Nice to meet you.
I already
too.
met you.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
I don't know
Cool.
if I ever introduced myself to you. Did I ever introduce myself?
I think we might have met at the volleyball, but like that was like one of my first events. So.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
And I had that thing today.
I do 2 to 3 weeks online. So I haven't real class, but I
Feel that?
Hello, are you guys mostly finished? I figure everyone else is like pretty much done.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting on the 5-minute timer basically.
Yeah. I think Victoria should be sending us back to the main room now.
Okay.
But yeah, did you see I was talking so fast though?
it
Because
was
I wanted
good though.
Always.
I talk so fast. I know.
I've
Y'all
never
need
heard
to
you talk
listen.
slow. I have never. I've known you for 2 years. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Mhm.
You're
Yep.
doing great, Nicole.
Concise.
You're a queen.
You know, I was been watching these TikToks sometimes, and the person who's like telling, or they're doing a story time, and they're talking really, really fast. And like everyone in the comments is like, "You're talking so fast," and I was like, "She's talking fast." I didn't even notice.
You're like, this is normal.
Yeah,
This is what I do.
Mhm.
Coffee who?
There you go.
Stop! I don't even drink coffee. I can't drink coffee, otherwise I won't be able to sleep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, looks like
All
we got
right.
5 seconds.
Good talk, guys.
Well-
Nice meeting you, Kelly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. All right. I'm gonna start sharing my screen again. Oh my God. All right. What did you guys think? Like I felt like I heard a lot of good discussions in a bunch of breakout rooms. I mean, I know I did try doing the activity myself. It was kind of difficult, especially like the middle ones, to kind of decide which ones I should be prioritizing. And yeah, so I don't know, does anyone want to share what your top 3 and your bottom 3 were?
Yeah, I can share for my group. Our top 3 was food, shelter, then clothing.
Mhm.
And then our bottom 3 was cell phone, honesty, then flexibility.
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you know, like what was something that like you had difficulty with? Like, was there any that you were like, or like you felt kind of bad putting it at the bottom?
Yeah, one difficulty we had will be what was a cell phone. First we were for first it was 17, and then we had to change it up a little bit with honesty and flexibility to move it up. And then we had some questions over, of course, retirement and transportation. That was also the two things that we kind of, talked a bit more about where we'll be playing the list.
Yeah. Anyone have anything similar, different? Victoria, I see you raised your hand.
Yeah, so for our top 3 priorities, we put number 1 food, number 2 shelter, number 3 clothing. And then for number 15, we did cell phone, 16 flexibility, and 17 significant other. And at first, I know like personally, I put cell phone higher in the list of priorities, but like Colin made a good point about how I think we think it's important, but in reality, there's a lot that we can do and we can really get by without a cell phone, but it's just obviously hard to think about it from our perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I totally get that. I mean, I think a lot of times like the purpose of this activity is like you kind of have to make a lot of these like tough decisions when you're in like a kind of a part of your life where you can't necessarily like choose, or like you can choose, but like you'd have to put stuff that you'd want to prioritize higher, like in a lower position, like the cell phone. Like I know for me, I have a pretty heavy dependence on my phone. And so like I would not know what to do without it. But like some people can't afford to pay their like phone bills, or like they have to choose to live in a smaller apartment or stuff like that. So these are all kind of things that people have to make choices about. I mean, all right. What about anyone else? Any other groups want to share what they put? I know y'all had some good discussions. I listened to some of them.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. My group for top 3 was physical health, mental health, and food. And then our bottom 3 were retirement, transportation, and significant other. We didn't know where to put like no addiction, insurance, and education. So we kind of just like pushed it into the middle, like in no specific order. And yeah, I also I tried arguing that I put significant other prioritizing it more than a cell phone, and everyone in my group disagreed with me. So yeah.
No, that makes sense. I know I was talking about this with Brian. Sorry, I'm going to call you out, Brian, but we were talking about the significant other one. And then we had put it at the bottom, right? And I was like, wow, that really shows where we're at with our relationships. But yeah, so that, yep. But it's interesting to see how like I don't know, like no addiction, like that's really difficult. And it's interesting that you guys put like physical health and mental health so high up too, above like food and shelter, or like vice versa. Like I can see the arguments for both.
I think some of these are just so difficult as well because like none of these are really isolated incidents, right? They're always pretty much connected, right? Having an addiction can cause issues with so many different things on that list. So it's like, how do you decide, right? What's more important? Really opens your mind.
Yeah, of course. All right. All right, and this is the last question that I saw that I was like, oh my God. So we're ranking these as like college students, like most of us. I'm pretty sure we're all adults in this room, even if we don't feel like it. But like a lot of times, like in our stage of life, like we might not always be like a college student, right? So like, let's say if like we had a family, how would like these priorities change? Not that like we don't have a family, I mean like a family of our own. Or like, let's say if you're like a middle school student, like how would your priorities change? because like, let's say you didn't have permanent housing, like these, like you can really see how these things should shift. Like, does anyone like have any ideas on like how they would change their ranking if they were like a parent or if they were like a middle school student? Like, I know it's a really difficult question, but it's like, you know, how sometimes what people have to ask themselves.
I feel like the younger you are, the more you tend to put retirement insurance and all those like, you know, like long-term stuff like closer to the bottom. And I feel like significant other would be like stay at the bottom as well. That would be it would be more like friendships. I feel like will go up if you're like a younger kid.
For sure. And like if you're a younger kid, like your friendships might have to be like the network that you rely upon for a lot of those other things, like food, staying the night at a friend's place to like have a place to sleep, or like where you can get internet access from to complete your homework. So it's like kind of putting these things into perspective. Or let's say you have a family, like let's say you're married, like your significant other would probably be higher up on that list, because you have to like think about like your children, your family. So these are all like, you know, as you get older, as things change in life, your priorities might also shift, which I feel like is obvious, but at the same time, like not necessarily as obvious. All right, this is kind of a heavy topic. I know. I've got a little video for you guys so you can stop hearing me like rambling.
Hey guys, check this.
Yeah, see, this is what happened at the union.
If you own a home and you don't have one of these Generac power cell.
All right, are you guys able to hear this video? Yep, all right.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of just a little video for you guys.
I spend a lot of time looking at houses on Zillow. And
I can't hear the audio anymore. I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, me either.
Anyone else can't hear it?
Hey.
Can you hear it now?
what has the last year been like?
It's shocking. Buyers are
All right.
paying 15 to 20% above asking price now. I had a listing in South San Francisco, 32 offers, 31 very unhappy buyers.
For years, the Bay Area has been an extreme example of how difficult it is to find affordable housing in the US. It's where Silicon Valley bus drivers sleep in their cars at night because they can't afford housing near work, and where school teachers can't afford to live in the counties they teach. But it's not just the Bay Area. The lack of affordable housing is a national problem, and right now it's worse than ever.
We've seen over the last year, housing prices reach a level that they've never reached before in American history. They kind of just look like a rocket ship, you know, going to the moon. Housing prices reaching a median of $350,000 for the median American home.
Those prices have made rents more expensive and have made homeownership less attainable for millions of Americans. So why is this happening? And how do we bring that rocket ship closer to Earth? We can think of today's housing prices in terms of a supply and demand problem. On the demand side, there are a few things happening. The first is a generational shift in who's buying homes.
Millennials are the biggest generation in American history, and they're aging into their prime home buying years.
On top of that, mortgage rates are at an all-time low, which means it's very cheap to borrow the money needed to buy a house. That's enticed more people to buy if they can, making demand for houses even higher. The problem is that supply isn't matching that demand. From 2010 to 2019, there were fewer homes built in the US than in any decade since the 1960s. In particular, the construction of smaller entry-level housing, the kind made for first-time homebuyers, has dropped dramatically. In the 1980s, those starter homes made up around 40% of all homes built. Today, it's closer to 7%. In 2018, one estimate said the US housing market was 2.5 million homes short of meeting demand. By the end of 2020, it was 3.8 million.
That's driving a big part of the problem, both for renters and for people who want to be homeowners.
The shortage is worst in the places where demand is highest, near good jobs, transit, and schools. And one pretty straightforward solution to that is to just build more homes in those places. But for years, there's been one big obstacle to that. We aren't allowed to.
All right, so I'm kind of just gonna stop that right there, just to like, it doesn't get into like, I guess like zoning laws and all that, which I feel like are a little less applicable. So yeah, like, what did you think about that video? I mean, when I sort of first time watched that, I was like, whoa, like I knew housing was like an issue in America, in like the US, and like, but I didn't really realize like how much of an issue it was and how much that problem would like impact Champaign-Urbana. So like, you could tell like they're talking about the supply and the demand, and how like a lot of like millennials, which I feel like is not even that much like different in age from us. So like as we get older and we get into our jobs, like that shortage will definitely impact us as well. And so what was it? It said like the median price for a home was what, 336 like $100,000. Like that's like crazy to me. Like that amount of money I feel like is like a little bit like unfathomable. And I know that like even with like student loans and all that like I'm sure a lot of us have, like that stuff is sort of unattainable. And it like had mentioned how they're building like how even if they are building homes, they're building homes in places where there already are ones. So you can kind of see it in Champaign-Urbana like itself. Like you can tell there's all this construction. You see there's always a ton of construction going on in like making higher than ever like apartments for students, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that like the actual like neighborhood Champaign-Urbana is seeing like houses being built there. So like part of what we do as Habitat is we build like those kind of starter homes in a way for families who need it. And not just like the huge high-rise apartments that are popping up for students that like we're seeing. So when I first like saw those statistics, I was like, I can kind of see like what the difference that we're making is in a way. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like ranted about that, but if anyone else like, I don't know, like was kind of impacted by that video as well, or like see any like changes that they, I don't know, have in Champaign-Urbana, like feel free to speak up.
I mean, Nicole, just to go off of what you said, especially like in San Francisco, and I'm seeing it back home in Chicago as well. Like you have these neighborhoods that have so much history and all that, and then it's like all of a sudden you have like a little space and then there's a whole new high rise, and then that drives up the cost of that neighborhood. So families that have lived there for 50, 60 years have to move to a different place. So it just shows that like the cost of living is becoming astronomical. And then even here in Champaign, like seeing prices for apartments cost as much as a mortgage for a 3 or 4 bedroom house, depending on where you are. So, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I totally get that. I mean, like even thinking about like me in the summer, I pretty much lived here over the summer, like without any like financial support from my family. And like, I felt like paying my rent, paying my groceries and working full time over the summer, I feel like I was still like breaking even, like barely breaking even. And like, it kind of like breaks my heart in a way to think that people kind of have to live paycheck to paycheck. Like, and for me, it was like, oh, like, I just like over the summer, I like spent like a couple months doing that, but like, that's not how I have to live. But like, that's the way that so many people like do have to live. And the fact that like most of what I was making was going into my rent was something that like, I don't know, was like really shocking to me as someone who like kind of just never had like thought about it, kind of taken it for granted living in my parents' home. Like, I don't know, like, and I know students too, like, I know I'm an RA right now, so you can see me in my dorm right now. So I get that paid off for, but not all students have like that like opportunity or like that liberty. Yeah, Brody, like I really like what you said too. Like, I don't know if you want to speak up on that issue too and like kind of let us know what you think.
Well, like I think maybe one issue with with housing is that, you know, a lot of times like real estate in America is used as like an investment. And so you'll see companies like some corporations that will just like buy up housing as a way of making money off of it, as opposed to maybe a family like actually living in these houses. And then also the just in general, like, have maybe older generations, maybe being really happy about the boom in prices for housing, because, that means that their houses are worth more. And yet, like, maybe younger generations are unable to achieve the same level of homeownership that they were because of the high prices.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that for sure. I mean, like, I feel like the more information we're getting, I feel like it's kind of a pretty bleak picture, but I think that like there's definitely ways that like we can, and that we are helping as well with this problem. I know it's not going to take like just a group of college kids, but there definitely are efforts to being like made around America as like on a more upliftful, on a more cheerful note, I guess. But yeah, if anyone else had anything else to share, like if not, if you have any questions, like that's like I'll be here as well. That's pretty much the end with my presentation. And I hope you guys are able to like have a little bit of food for thought. And like, I don't know, like keep some of our events in the future on our radar as well. All right, that should be it for today.
Thank you, Nicole.
Of course, bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see, our first in-person meeting should be next Tuesday at our same room in Greg Hall. I believe it was 212. Let me check my calendar. Yep, next Tuesday. So the February 8th should be then.
Great job, Nicole.
Thanks, Mariah. I figure we need to talk a little bit more about like, I don't know, more of like what the issue is rather than.
Well, I mean,
we have an audience.
I feel like issues with that, there's just so many different sub points you can just. It's just so up in the air. You can't really pinpoint it to one thing. So I feel like you did amazing.
Exactly. But also I feel a little bit like I'm like preaching to the choir, especially it's like I know like I lived a privileged life until now, like that, like I don't know. Like some students might actually like be going through this stuff. I don't want to like take their voice away or like limit their speech. So I don't know.
Actually, now that I have most of the directors here, I just wanted to let you know that we currently have an extra BOD scheduled for February 22nd at 6 p.m. right before the general meeting. And that is because, and I'll discuss this a bit in our next BOD, but we have planned to have like elections, and then it would be Broomball, and then another election. So basically we would have a lot to discuss in between that week. So just letting you know with notice, if you know you have a conflict and you can't make it an hour before the general meeting, let me know, and then we can find an alternate time for all of us to meet that week. Like if you have an exam or something, obviously. So yeah, that was it on my end. Thanks guys for coming.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.